Hi to everyone influenced by Leo the Lion. Welcome to my channel and thanks for stopping in and checking out this reading for your first week of February 2017. I'm going to ask Tarot what are the messages for Leo for 2017. What are the messages for Leo for 2017? Leo, I've started doing some weekly readings. I think I'm going to be able to keep up for you guys. As long as my tech is okay, we'll be good. And yeah, we're just going to get into a general reading for the first week. See what messages and truths we have to uncover for Leo. Here we go. We're going to get right into it. No fooling around. Not sugarcoating anything. I've been watching some other channels. I've been getting some feedback and looking at like people are sugarcoating stuff these days. I'm a little fired up. So we're going to go in and we're going to get into a spread here that's going to truly try and uncover some stuck energies, you know, and of that nature. So overall reading at the bottom of the deck, you've got a Six of Pentacles. Wow, sign before you, Cancer, had this same thing, but it was upside down. So this is kind of cool. It's showing here that there may be some things to do with security issues and fairness, but we'll put that off to the side and we'll try and relate back to that for the end of the reading, hopefully. You know, overall energy. So first up, in the grounding position, you've got the Moon reversed. So this, I think some of you are on the process to better grounding. I think here we're some of you might have actually had dreams last week that you're gonna like see hints of them carrying over into reality. Nothing like too major, but it shows like that effectively you're kind of pulling stuff in from the universe and showing up in your life. So it's actually a pretty good card for like manifesting, for like putting wishes out to the universe. You know, keeping your fingers crossed behind your back, you know, or you're checking your lottery ticket, things like that. It's kind of like grounding. When you're out doing the simple daily chores, like really like get into it, like nice conscious breaths. If like there's lots of snow and you're shoveling the driveway, these are good things that are like grounding you and making life more pleasant, as it were. Like daily commute, if you're kind of like suffering for some road rage there, it's time to like really like try something different. Like take a different route, roll down your windows. Remember that life is more about the journey than the destination, and that can help you ground. Like some more like philosophical type stuff, like really seeing like why do people say that all the time? Well, like a lot of times there's truth to it, because I think that this card speaks to wisdom too. The fact that it's coming in the grounding position says, Leo, you could use some of it. You could use some like general knowledge and put some knowledge to use for you in a grounding position. So moving on to creativity, we got Six of Cups. Wow, so there's some nostalgia there. I see a lot of you maybe kind of get your crap together when it comes to cleaning up your devices, all the digital pictures you've taken of family vacations, you know, at the cottage, and getting down to the place and putting some of those on print, you know, backing some of those up in hard copies, maybe even doing like the next level, like doing some scrapbooking and stuff. And again, it speaks to maybe like doing some like homemade Valentines with the kids. For those of you that are parents out there, you could like really start to get creative and let those juices flow for like to help teach others, like especially children. It's also a good time creatively to like take, if you have elderly people in your life, get them out, take them out there. You know, winter's grinding on all of us, especially them. They're important in your life for nostalgia, for reconnecting, creatively. You don't even have to paint a picture with them. They could just tell you a story, paint a picture in your mind. And then, wow, you like that's creative and leads to new ideas and things like that. So that's kind of cool, Leo. That's a really good card to have in creativity. I like it. Moving over to your gut instinct, you got Four of Swords reversed. Okay, gut instinct, no more procrastinating. You've done a lot of internalizing. I have a feeling some of you have been like looking at a lot of readings around social media and YouTube, or you know, you've been gathering up a lot of ideas, information, and you've been like putting it all together. And some of you might have just been in a little bit of a funk, you know, sleeping longer hours, and you know, not really wanting to face the day in the morning. You just want to like have a cup of tea and like call it, but then you're running late for work. So gut instinct here is like a call to action. Like, let's get going, let's get moving, let's get the Velcro laced up on the old running shoes and get going. This card can also speak to those of you who are feeling more spiritually inclined these days to communicate thoughts with others about it. Like, there's no need to be ashamed. I'm getting the feeling that some of you might be a little bit hesitant. Like, I can't tell my dad I got, like, I'm interested in I bought these tarot cards, or I can't tell my mom that, my new boyfriend, like, is in, like, a hardcore punk band, or whatever it may be. Things that you might be, like, hesitant to tell people. I just, like, this is not to, like, resonate with this general ass reading, but the more so you get the examples of the sense of, like, the things that could be stuck that you need to get out there, right? Okay, so gut instinct. Let's talk more to the people that are important to us around, and let's answer this call to action and get moving. So here in Sacred Heart, we got 10 of Cups reversed. So that's kind of cool. This is Heart's Desires leading up to Valentine's Day. This card is saying, don't get your hopes up too much. Like, when you're, like, kind of feeling, for especially for single Leos, I think that some of you are really strongly desiring a new connection, but it seems as if, though, like, life's almost too busy. You're, like, taking care of kids, or you're, like, playing an active role in, like, your side projects and your hobbies, and those are bringing fulfillment. But it's also being like, oh man, it's tough for me to squeeze in some time to, like, put myself in positions to, like, meet new people. So yeah, it's kind of like, if you're in an area where people are still, like, fairly pure and, like, talk to each other at the grocery store, I would suggest, like, getting into those habits, where you're, like, just going to be bumping into people, have the chance to, like, meet new people. If you live in a big cold city where nobody talks to each other anymore, I would suggest, like, your heart might be crying out to get into some smaller community activities. This could be, like, growing community gardens, helping the homeless, things where, like, people have already, like, grown up past, like, the ego bullshit, and, like, they'd rather, like, spit on you than look at you. You don't want to, like, keep doing that, whether that be, like, the nightclub, or, like, wherever those places are. I think that you just want to kind of get involved with some smaller community. The heart is crying out for connection, so do that. If a stranger on the street says hi to you, a quick, oh, hey, hello, how you doing? Like, that code is amazing. Or where did you get those shoes? Or, like, hey, you remind me of somebody famous. Like, be the instigator. Start those conversations, because that's what's going to lead to it. I get a feeling that some of you might be a little bit dismayed about the current state of affairs when it comes to, like, just, like, people in general, okay? The sun's going down on me here. I hope you guys can see these cards okay. I might have to add some more light for the next sign. But we're kind of on a roll here, so we'll keep going. Personal truth is the Tower. Wow, the Tower in personal truth. So watch out for lies, and watch out for, like, gossip and telling mistruth this week. Don't get into, like, telling somebody that you heard without verifying, without knowing it's the truth. This could lead to some trouble, and this could lead to, like, people not having as a solid view of you as a person. If you're kind of flying off the cuff with statements this week. For some of you, you might be getting ready to, like, do some purging and do some changing. Like, maybe for some of you older, more mature people out there, you might be looking at downsizing, like cleaning out the attic, cleaning up the basement, finding out what the items of things that are important to you, and gathering them up close. And, like, maybe even some of you could be, like, in that process of downsizing where you're, like, selling the bigger property and maybe going down to a little condo or apartment. If there's help around you in these situations, rely, like, any extra shoulder you have to lean on this week when you have some uncertainty is going to be good for you. And again, watch out for what you hear and what you say and what you smell this week, because it might not be real, right? So yeah, that's what the message there is for that. visualization and spirit here. We've got 5 of Cups. Okay, so we've come through the first grounding thing here. This speaks back to here with the disillusionment. So whatever's going on in your physical reality is overflowing into dreams and vice versa, and desires. Whatever's going on in desires and dreams is coming back into real life. So be careful of manifesting unnecessary things through bad thought processes. Make sure that you're going in with a clear mind. I see some of you need to clean up your diet a little bit. I think this one goes to some healthier too. I think some of you might be eating some things that are like not very good for the system, and they could be leading to just like some bad thoughts. And for those of you that are like questioning like medications and things like maybe a good time to go book an appointment with a doctor, see if you need to be on all the stuff that you're on. Let them know of all the supplements you may or may not be taking for things that are going on. Something externally might be affecting you here. And again, this is showing that visualization isn't coming really easy for you. You're kind of like focusing on all the crap rather than like cutting it out, like dismissing it. When you have a bad thought or when you close your eyes, you have a bad vision, we can simply just acknowledge it and like tell it to go away. And then, we refocus, realign ourselves in a unified field, and then we can really get it to where the good things, the good visions, and the good ideas for how we want to proceed spiritually will come into play here. But I see some work that needs to be done here. Some of you that were in this tower situation for a personal truth, you may not be seeing the forest for the trees. You may not be like appreciate all that is there in terms of nature that's in front of you. Like maybe you kind of are like looking at your flower garden through the window, but you're just like sitting there like I'm not going to deal with it. This is like don't chase all of the birds away. Like enjoy them being there and like feed them every once in a while, kind of thing. So that kind of stuff. Issues of property here. If you are selling, if you are getting out, don't get undercut by like shady real estate people or like people tell you the job market's down, you'll never get that price for it. If you're not ready to go at a certain price, you stay. Okay, that's what that I get the feeling for that one. For some of you here in Leo, the overall crowning, we've got a Page of Pentacles in the reverse card. So that's kind of interesting. This one speaks here to like back to this creativity and nostalgia. I think it's a good time to connect with kids. Good time to like, I always get a sense of like thriftiness. So like instead of going out and buying like big Valentine's items, let's get together with the kids, get them all around the table, do something that's like fun and engaging. I see like the real rewards of Valentine's for a lot of you here is really getting together. If this here being a core card is a person, you may be looking at a younger partner with like feminine energy that could be coming through. This person is seeking knowledge from their environment or maybe from you in particular. So again, we got here is Sacred Heart and fulfillment here in the Sacred Heart, kind of connecting to crown here. We've got colorful skies. They're just a little bit cloudy, so I think some communication with partners is going to be focused for this week. And I think treating your special someone on Valentine's Day. And if you're the one that's being treated, to really accept graciously, going up into that. But we can look more of that into the second week. There's really a mix. You got a lot of good cards and a lot of stuff we're working on this week, Cancer. But I think that the stuff that is showing up is putting you in a good position to like kind of clean up some of this external stuff that's going on around you, as long as you're kind of like remaining grounded and like feeling secure. I think is the overall message for this reading is like we've got to like finally get out of some disillusionment and put things to work, take some action here with the Four of Swords. Be wary of like untruths around us for sake of security and sake of like progression of feelings. So Yeah, this one speaks a little deeper. The energies are not necessarily like super heavy, but this one is really like kind of calling to you to like take a deep breath in, and like you're coming to that like awakened point that so many people are, especially now in a year one. So many people are waking up spiritually. I think as you go forward here, Leo, I think we're kind of putting the blocks in the right place to like sort of get expedited, like get exponential growth in spiritual awakenings going on here. But we're still cutting through some disillusionment, some external shit. But getting together with people like that are important to you for creative endeavors is going to be incredibly huge. This is your creativity is your strong suit this first week of February, Leo. Okay, keep it roaring. Keep the fires roaring. You guys are awesome. I love reading for you. I hope to see you again real soon.